Introduction. The market analysis is a standout amongst the most vital parts of any startup procedure. Do it right, and you will have a unique thought of the way down which you are going. A decent market analysis will empower you to draw speculators, evade pitfalls, and in particular, pull in clients. Remember that all organizations beginning are distinctive, and they might be making marketable strategies and techniques for various reasons or gatherings of people. On the off chance that your business is very little and you know your clients all around, this may not be the best utilization of your time. In the event that this is an inside arrangement and there isn't a requirement for industry information to validate your figure, a market analysis may not be essential. Make sure to evaluate the estimation of this data for your market and act as needs be. In the event that you are looking for subsidizing, the market analysis will be key information to persuade your group of onlookers that your business thought has the realities and hard numbers to back it up. All things considered, how about we investigate the subtle elements of composing
Chapter
a market
1.
analysis? An introduction to market analysis. Believing that many of you are a fresher, let's begin with the very basic of this topic, market analysis, and then move on to the complexities step by step. What is market analysis? Market analysis is definitely not perched dialect. It's truly precisely what it sounds like. Deciding the attributes one of a kind to your specific market and investigating this data, which will help you settle on choices for your business. By leading a market analysis, you will have the capacity to assemble significant information that will offer you some assistance with getting to know your clients, decide proper evaluating, and make sense of your rivals' vulnerabilities. Market analysis and your strategy of success. It's brilliant to compose a strategy for success, particularly in the event that you are starting another business wonder. Regardless of the fact that you are a sole proprietor or don't mean to get any cash to get your business off the ground, it's vital to have a clearly identifiable arrangement set up. The market analysis isn't only one part of an effective strategy for success. It's one of the best motivations to compose one. On the off chance that you do need banks to loan your cash or financial specialists to bounce on board, a market analysis area is required, as wise moneylenders or speculators should realize that the business you're pitching has feasible market sector offer. In any case, a strong strategy for success complete with market analysis will be significant. You'll have to distinguish your potential clients and draw in speculators, and it will help you to be clear about what you need to do with your business, both now and later on. The time you spend doing the exploration and assembling everything will return to you many times over in dollars earned and heartbreaks stayed away from. You'll resemble an expert and you'll surpass the contenders that didn't compose one. A market analysis can be a gauge you use after some time to perceive how far you've come, and it permits you to make projections in view of information as opposed to mystery. Since you'll know the span of the mountain you're going to climb, you'll have the capacity to pace yourself and counteract issues later on. What does a market analysis section in a business plan include? The market analysis segment of your little strategy for success ought to incorporate the accompanying parts: industry description and outlook, detailed measurements that characterize the business including size, development rate, patterns and viewpoint, target market, who is your optimal customer or client. This information ought to incorporate demographics on the gathering you are focusing on, including age, sexual orientation, pay level and way of life inclinations. This segment ought to likewise incorporate information on the measure of the objective market, the buy potential and inspirations of the group of onlookers, and how you plan to achieve the business sector. Market test results. This is the place you incorporate the consequences of the statistical surveying you directed as a major aspect of your introductory examination concerning the business sector. Insights about your testing process and supporting measurements ought to be incorporated into the supplement. Lead time. Lead time is the measure of the time it takes for a request to be satisfied once a client makes a buy. This is the place you give data on the exploration you're finished on, to what extent it will take to handle singular requests and substantial volume buys, if material. Reasonable analysis. Who is your opposition? What are the qualities and shortcomings of the opposition? What are the potential barriers keeping you from entering the marketing sector? Components of market analysis. The most widely recognized components are the SWOT, which is an acronym for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. By evaluating the organization's qualities and shortcomings, you can make a technique on which variables to center upon. In the event that you have a decent work power, abundant speculation, and great promoting specialists, then you are going to make your advertising technique concentrating on those things. Likewise, if your innovation is similarly poorer and you need online vicinity, then you are going to stay away from those things. You likewise take a gander at outer elements, such as circumstances which might give you an open door or risk. Financial elements, political dangers, or even social changes can give you opportunities which you can seize and improve. They can likewise make dangers which are going to hamper your business dealings. Considering every one of these elements will give you a promoting examination from which you can actualize your choices. Measurements of market analysis. There are sure measurements which help us to perform a promoting investigation. These things offer us some assistance with understanding the business sector we work in better. These measurements incorporate try not to get discovered counterfeiting, market size, development rate of the business sector, market patterns, market productivity, key achievement components, conveyance channels, industry cost structure. Market size. The measure of the market sector is a key component in an advertising analysis. The greater the marketing sectors, the more contenders you are liable to have. For a major business sector, you have to ensure your items and administrations emerge. Something else, the clients can, without much of a stretch, switch to an adversary item. Not just that, a greater business sector makes you re-evaluate your evaluating strategy. Set your costs too high, then you are going to lose your client base to different contenders. Set it too low, and individuals will feel that you are simply giving less expensive, low-quality products. In the event that the business sector size is little, then you can escape with charging a high cost. Every one of these certainties is kept in the promoting examination. In view of that, you proceed with your showcasing arrangement. The development rate of the business sector. The market analysis development rate is a tremendous component in any kind of showcasing investigation. This is on account of you get the thought of to what extent the said business sector will last. Before you make a speculation, you have to break down the business sector's development rate. On the off chance that it is liable to develop after some time, then you can put more in it. On the off chance that it has no development, then you are liable to be disheartened from contributing anything by any stretch of the imagination. The amount of time and significance you provide for the business sector relies upon its development rate. Market trends. Market patterns are a critical part of the promoting investigation. Knowing about the patterns help you to choose what sort of item you are going to offer. When you are beginning of a business, you have to comprehend what the present pattern is. What is the thing that the clients like? The amount they are willing to spend? What different patterns might catch their consideration? These are the kind of things which will go on your investigation. Then again, advertised patterns can change any day. This can end up being an open door for your business. In the event that that is the situation, then you can seize it and capitalize on it. Changes in the pattern can likewise be a danger for you. On the off chance that you are open to creating one sort of good, then a market sector pattern change will influence you the most. Market profitability. Most organizations' intention to get into the business is to make a benefit. At the end of the day, they are benefit intention organizations. So before getting into a business, you have to break down the productivity of the business sector. On the off chance that the business sector has a decent productivity, then just you are going to contribute intensely. Else, it would be a misuse of your time and capital. Keeping in mind the end goal to figure the benefit of the business sector, there are a couple of things one needs to consider. These things incorporate purchasers' power, supplier power, hindrances to section, etc. Key success factors. The key achievement components are those components which help the business to make extraordinary progress in the business sector. Such components are required to emerge among whatever is left of the position. These are things which you did well that have empowered you to deliver incredible results. Key achievement elements incorporate innovation progress, economies of scale, proficient usage of assets. Dissemination channels. Distribution channels are vital for a business. Without those, you won't have the capacity to get your items to your clients. So it turns into a major variable in an advertising examination. This is on the grounds that you have to survey how well the channels are. In the event that the current ones are sufficient or you have to create fresh ones. In some cases, you think of shiny new channels like the internet promoting. Industry cost structure. The industry cost structure is a noteworthy component while maintaining a business. It essentially perceives the amount of expenses required to get your items available to be purchased. Some of the time firms can think of approaches to the reduction that cost and in this manner make a greater benefit without expanding the business sector cost. Doing a promoting investigation will help you to think of more current approaches to decrease cost. In the meantime, it makes systems for building up an upper hand of your adversaries. Got to know about the basics now? Let's move on to the next chapter and learn about how to write a market analysis. Chapter 2. How to write market analysis. Your market analysis ought to incorporate a review of your industry, a glance at your objective market, an examination of your opposition, your own projections for your business, and any regulations you'll have to agree to. So what to incorporate in your market analysis? Let's have a look. Industry depiction and viewpoint. This is the place you'll examine the present condition of your industry general and where it's going. Important industry measurements like size, patterns, life cycle and anticipated development ought to all be incorporated here. This will let banks or speculators see that you comprehend what you're doing and have gotten your work done and come arranged with the information to go down your business thought. Target market. In the past segment of your market analysis, you could take a gander at the general extension. In this segment, you must be particular. It's critical to build up an unmistakable thought of your objective market right off the bat. A lot of new business visionaries commits the new kid on the block error of suspecting that everybody is their potential business sector. Basically, they're most certainly not. This is something to be thankful for. By narrowing in on your genuine clients, you'll have the capacity to coordinate your advertising dollars productively while drawing in faithful clients who will get the message out about your business. The objective business sector area of your strategy for success ought to incorporate the accompanying client persona and attributes. You'll need to incorporate demographics, for example, age, salary, and area here. You'll additionally need to dial into your client's psychographics also. You're to comprehend what their hobbies and purchasing propensities are, and in addition, have the capacity to clarify why you're in the best position to address their issues. Market estimate. This is the place you need to get genuine, both with potential pursuers of your strategy for success and with yourself. Do your examination and discover who and where your rivals are and how much your clients spend every year on your item or administration. How enormous is the potential business sector for your business? Focused investigation. This is the area in which you get the chance to analyze your rivals, which is imperative for several reasons. Clearly, it's a smart thought to recognize what you're up against, yet it additionally lets you detect the opposition's shortcomings. Are there clients out there being underserved? What would you be able to offer that comparative organizations aren't putting forth? The focused investigation ought to contain the accompanying parts. Market. How huge is the business sector for products and administrations, like what you anticipate advertising? What's the development rate? Incorporate the general standpoint and patterns for this business sector. Who are your fundamental rivals? Are there any auxiliary contenders who could affect your business? Contender qualities and shortcomings. What is your opposition great at? Where do they fall behind? Get innovative to spot chances to exceed expectations where others are missing the mark. The significance of your objective business sector to contenders. Ideally, you're following clients whose requirements aren't being met by your rivals. Hindrances to section. What are the potential pitfalls of entering your specific business sector? What's the expense of section? Is it restrictively high, or would anyone be able to enter your business sector? This is the place you analyze your shortcomings. Be straightforward with speculators and yourself. Being implausible is not going to make you look great. The window of chance. Does your entrance into the market sector depend on time-touchy innovation? Do you have to get in right on time to exploit a developing market sector? Projections. A piece of the pie. When you know the amount of cash your future clients spend, you'll know the amount of the business sector you have an opportunity to get. Be viable. However, don't undercut yourself. Ensure you can clarify how you thought of your numbers. Valuing and net edge. This is the place you lay out your evaluating structure and talk about any rebates you plan to offer. Your gross edge is the contrast between your expense and the business cost. Once more, be sensible yet idealistic. Hopeful projections not just serve as an aid, they can be a spark. Regulations. Are there a particular administrative regulations or limitations on your market sector? Assuming this is the case, you'll have to bring them up here and talk about how you're going to conform to them. You will likewise need to address the expense of consistency. Tending to these issues is fundamental in the event that you are looking for venture or cash from a loan specialist, and everything must be legitimately squared away or more board. The most effective method to get the information for market analysis. Market investigations fluctuate from industry to industry and organization to organization. The hard truth is that a percentage of the data you wish to incorporate may not be freely accessible. A little estimation is all right. However, the main part of your numbers should be founded on actualities. Here are some great spots to begin your statistical surveying. Your present clients. If your business is as of now up and running, your present clients are an important asset. They are your current business sector. You can utilize online reviews or social networking to accumulate input about purchasing propensities, needs, and other psychographic data. U.S. Registration Bureau. Here's the place you'll discover demographics you can use to make sense of your piece of the overall industry. There is a lot of other data you can use in your market analysis here also. Business government. The go-to put for national industry data and, in addition, joins for state and neighborhood assets. US Little Business Administration. The SBA offers industry guides, advancement projects and neighborhood assets, and additionally credit ensures when the time comes. Agency of Labor Statistics. The BLS is the spot to discover where your industry has been and where it is going. Commerce Government. The US Bureau of Commerce has a great deal of good broad data that you might have the capacities to utilize, contingent upon your industry. Web. You can do web ventures to discover data about any state or neighborhood regulations or licenses you might require for your industry. As usual, there's a great deal of stuff out there, so ensure you're relying upon dependable sources. For your business sector examination, Wikipedia won't cut it. Then again, you can discover a lot of helpful data, including test strategies for success, right here on B Plans, where you can get free industry reports too. Keep reading to find out what this course has more to say on market analysis. Chapter 3. Market Analysis for Online Businesses. Every online marketing arrangement ought to incorporate a distinctive clarification of the market sector division, target market center, and a market sector conjecture. It ought to incorporate point-by-point data about each of the objective market sector fragments. To add to a powerful arrangement in view of your client's needs and nature, you ought to have the capacity to answer these inquiries. Who are they? Where are they? What do they require? How would they settle on their purchasing choices? Where do they purchase? How would you contact them with your showcasing and deal messages? Knowing the responses to these inquiries is basic regardless of which your potential clients might be. This is additionally genuine when a philanthropic association goes into a market sector searching for financing, in-kind commitments and volunteer investments. The particular exploration identified with this market analysis starts with insights that give all out quantities of families, classrooms, organizations and laborers in a market sector. These are your essential demographics. What you require relies upon whether you're taking a gander at organizations, family units or people as your fundamental target bunches. Whenever possible, you ought to have the capacity to fragment family units by salary level, organizations by size, and specialists by employment sort, training, and different components. Livelihood insights can include data about sorts of laborers and their instruction and foundation. You can likewise separate your objective clients into gatherings as per psychographics. This is your vital market sector division, a center component of your advertising procedure. Building your supposition. While evaluating the aggregate potential business sector, you should fundamentally make some wide-achieving essential presumptions. You need to expect a value level for the new item, a relationship to substitutes, and certain monetary defenses. You need to accept that the aggregate market sector potential is a steady idea, not evolving every year. This suspicion permits you to extend a progressive increment in infiltration. Research, investigate, clarify. For each of your market sector portions, the market analysis ought to clarify however much as could reasonably be expected about the objective clients incorporated into that gathering. That regularly incorporates the portion portrayal, needs and necessities, appropriation channels, focused strengths, correspondencies and keys to achievement. Each of the accompanying may be a subject in the arrangement. Section Depiction. You require an essential depiction of every objective fragment that incorporates characteristics that portray the section. For example, the quantity of potential clients, yearly development rate, yearly spending, and market esteem. Detail should you incorporate as much as possible. Necessities and prerequisites. The best advertising dependably concentrates on client needs. Why do they require your item or administration? What is going to make them purchase? Try not to get caught into just promoting what you have when you ought to be recognizing a client need and progressing in the direction of satisfying it. Dispersion channels. What are the standard channels of dispersion for this client section? How are they not the same as different sections? This is particularly critical for item organizations showcasing through channels, yet in all cases you have to know where your clients go to fulfill those necessities and prerequisites you've recognized. Focused strengths. Know the purchasing process for these objective clients. What are their choice elements? For instance, a few clients are more touchy to cost than others, a few portions are more worried about quality than cost, and some think most of accessibility and comfort. For every situation, those clients are willing to pay to understand the craved advantages. Interchanges. Where do individuals from this fragment go for data? What sorts of data will be best? Know where to send showcasing interchanges, for example, publicizing and official statements, so that the right clients will discover them. Know how to make those messages so they will produce the right reaction. Keys to achievement. What elements have the most effect on achievement or disappointment with this market section? Key components will fluctuate in the middle of sectors and might incorporate value, esteem, accessibility, picture, highlights, financing, overhaul or return arrangements, and client administration. List the most critical 3 or 4 variables. Getting market data. A lot of market sector data is promptly accessible. Look to the internet first. This data is available, current, and quite a bit of it is free. The vast majority of the sources recorded ought to have sites or distribute data through hunt destinations, notwithstanding more customary strategies for production. Statistical surveying firms and industry specialists distribute quite a bit of their data in exchange and business magazines. Reference works record these magazines and libraries stock them. Exchange affiliations distribute numerous postings and insights. Open stock laws require nitty-gritty reporting of budgetary results, and securities exchange data sources aggregate industry insights from monetary reports. You can most likely find all that you require at a nearby library. If not, you can swing to electronic database administrations, proficient data intermediaries, and the United States government distributions. Numerous commercial ventures are honored with a dynamic exchange affiliation that serves as a fundamental wellspring of industry-particular data. Such affiliations consistently distribute part indexes, and the better ones distribute factual data that track industry deals, benefits, financial patterns, and so forth. Chapter 4. Market Analysis Tools and Their Usage. A business that doesn't know its implements is a business that is bound to come up short. In this chapter, we are quickly going to discuss market analysis tools, i.e., the most widely recognized strategies to comprehend your objective business sector, and how you can utilize them to make business progress. Yet, in the first place, let us answer a critical inquiry. Why analyze the market? This can likewise incorporate every one of the explanations for doing statistical surveying, as examination must be made once information is gathered and ordered through exploration. The straightforward response to this inquiry is this: you can't settle on sound business choices without first doing showcasing examination. When you lead statistical surveying, you stay overhauled on the most recent patterns in the business sector, general purchasing propensities, evolving advances, and contender movement. In particular, you will have the capacity to see what items and administrations your objective market sector is, as of now, utilizing. which organizations are utilizing the best advertising blend to give these items and administrations. In the event that there are any weaknesses in these items and administrations that you can alter to pick up the consideration of clients. What outside variables separated from rivalry and interest can influence the achievement of disappointment of your business, e.g. government monetary strategies? On the off chance that you don't consider these elements and perform market analyses at urgent intersections in your business cycle before dispatching an item or executing an extension methodology and so forth, you will pass up a great opportunity for fundamental open doors that can take your organization to the following level, or disregard dangers that can altogether mischief your operations. To sum up, it is purposeless to maintain your business on suppositions. Gut sense doesn't work constantly. You require strong information staring you in the face, which you can break down to execute your item improvement and advertising methodologies. With this learning serving as your establishment, you must now assess the most generally utilized market analysis devices. Optional sources of information. To begin off, you need to access to market information. This can be acquired from daily papers, magazines, exchange diaries, and these days even from online journals on particular specialties. These will give you access to the most recent patterns, e.g. what number of individuals are utilizing the versatile web as a part of a specific region that you are wanting to target. You can acquire bona fide data from government foundations like the Council of Trade, Statistics Authority, Work Division, and so forth. Notwithstanding, there is dependably point of confinement to the sort of information that you get from these auxiliary sources. Keeping in mind you can make great appraisals from these sources, you will require strong information of your own, which conveys us to the following point. Instructions to collect your own market data. Here are some real courses in which you can gather information for your business. First, perception. This incorporates watching individuals in commercial center conditions to learn customer conduct. Be that as it may, in the computerized domain, perception takes a radical new importance as you are presently ready to judge guests' site practices utilizing examination. Second, studies. This can further be separated into meetings and individual reviews, phone reviews, online networking studies. Third, center groups and product testing. The organization can bring in a select pack of individuals to make inquiries relating to a specific item or administration. Also, you can dispatch item in a constrained scale to gauge client reaction, and after that extrapolate those outcomes for an across the country of worldwide dispatch. You ought to note that all types of information gathering have their own particular confinements. That is the reason for close, exact analysis. You ought to utilize a mix of essential and supplementary wellsprings of data. Circumstance analysis. This is the analysis of the considerable number of elements that influence your business. A few strategies are included in circumstance examination, the most widely recognized one being SWOT. This is the assessment of an organization's qualities, opportunities, shortcomings, and dangers. Quickly, here is the thing that SWOT analysis is about. Qualities. The upper hand you have in the commercial center, e.g. client administration, better access to crude materials. Shortcoming. All things with which your rivals can snatch your piece of the overall industry. Opportunities. Unexplored business sector patterns and undiscovered business sector specialties that holding up to be exploited. Dangers. Political, climatic, innovative and other outside elements that can bring about an issue for your business and hinder its long-horse objectives. The motivations behind why organizations direct a SWOT analysis is that it offers you an inside and out perspective of the earth in which they are working in, so they can better handle extents and expect issues. As should be obvious, The last two parts of SWOT are particularly adapted towards outside economic situations. Be that as it may, SWOT is by all account not the only device at the transfer of associations when they are directing event examination. There is additionally what is known as the Pest Investigation, which can be outlined as Pest Investigation is a market analysis tool that takes outside elements that can influence a business into account. Here is a summation of these central points. Governmental issues. As governments intercede in the economy, organizations will undoubtedly be influenced. Without a doubt, job strategies, charge laws, exchange limitations can affect your business specifically and by implication, alongside political soundness and how outside business sectors work. Financial. This is clear-cut. Full-scale and small-scale practical monetary variables, for example, loan fees, trades rates, swelling and dispensable salaries impact how you will deal with your business at present and over the long haul. Social. This need to do with the convictions and society of the general public you are working in. Populous patterns, dietary contemplations, morals and media, and spend propensities are a percentage of the variables that go under social contemplations that you have to see in your business movement. Mechanical. At last, organizations likewise need to manage the generation, conveyance and correspondence changes forced by new innovation so as to stay above water in an aggressive monetary scene. Note that a variety of pest analysis called pestle likewise takes lawful and natural components in the record. These were the general sources of statistical surveying and the significant tools to dissect them. However, recall that unless you are firmly engaged your investigation on your corner, you will think that it's difficult to understand patterns and insights. Additionally, ensure that your exploration gathering and consequent investigation of the information is adjusted to your advertising arrangement. Found this tool helpful? Read on to get more knowledge on this topic. Chapter 5. Conducting market analyses for business plan. Each strategy for success ought to incorporate market analysis. This is one of the first and most vital motivations to do a marketable strategy. What's more, whether you're simply beginning another business or evaluating a current business, you ought to recharge your business sector investigation no less than consistently. Markets change. A business needs to look for changes in its business sector. The market you need to have to look at is your potential business sector, not the real market served, the one that is restricted to your current clients. Your objective business sector is much more extensive than simply the general population you, as of now, reach. Is the general population you may sometime or another reach, or individuals you could achieve, that you should be worried about? For instance, the market of a nearby film theatre or eatery incorporates the general population who consistently go there, as well as everyone who lives inside of driving separation. The market for a finishing business incorporates every one of the homes and business properties inside of a legitimate span. The market for downloadable e-books over the web incorporates everybody associated with the web. The market for PCs incorporates homes, schools, organizations and government associations. It's your arrangement, and each arrangement is diverse, so you have to know as much as you can about your objective market. Getting the information. The data sources that will help you direct a market analysis are diverse for each strategy for success. For instance, you may require neighborhood data you can get from your nearby council of business. On the other hand, you may have the capacity to discover your market data. You may likewise need to discover other government measurements or other business insights, so you might be leading some web inquiries to find the data. Not all the data you need will be freely accessible, and you might not to settle for taught gauges. In some cases, you'll need to extrapolate data from various sources to get the data you're looking for. I've seen great statistical surveying originate from phone indexes, inventories, industry affiliation factual assemblages, land data, and thickness maps. Division. Continuously attempt to isolate your objective business sector into helpful cuts or fragments. For a considerable length of time, I counselled with a PC fabricating organisation that focused on such market fragments as homes, little workplaces, organisations, instructive associations, and government. Isolating the business sector into these fragments helped the organisation address the more particular market needs, media, evaluating examples and choice criteria in each of their diverse market portions. Division helps you target particular individuals with particular messages and helps you concentrate on client needs. Families may require speedy, reliable administration, while understudies may require late-night administration. Families read the daily paper. Understudies read notices on bookshop dividers. Knowing your business sector fragments will help you settle on brilliant choices with regards to giving the items and administrations that will work best for them and for corresponding with them. Market size and growth. You should have the capacity to gauge and evaluate your market sector. For instance, if neighbourhood property holders are a piece of your objective business sector, then you ought to have the capacity to tally them. You have to know whether you have 500 individuals in your market sector, or 200,000, or 2 billion. Have the capacity to show what the aggregate business sector is for your business. With regards to market development, you have to consider rate change as a market sector gauge. Is the quantity of mortgage holders in your objective business sector expanding or diminishing? By how much every year? What number of more seasoned labourers resigns each year? And how is the evolving? What number of individuals eats in eateries in your business sector zone, and how is this conduct evolving? Market estimates begin with the aggregate quantities of conceivable buyers in every business sector fragment and then venture rate change throughout the following 3 to 5 years. Market trends. You have to comprehend what's happening with your market sector. What prompting patterns and designs do you see having an impact on your market sector portions? In case you're offering autos, for instance, is there a pattern that shows individuals reacting to higher fuel costs or more natural concerns? In PCs, is there a pattern for more power and lower costs? How does the expansion in TV recorder hardware influence your market sector? The inquiries that influence target markets will be diverse for each business, and these are just cases. What's essential is that as you make your strategy for success, you get to be mindful of the business sector drifts that influence your particular business sector. With this comes this course to an end. Read on the last section to get a quick overview. Conclusion. This complete course of market analysis is very helpful for all the readers since it comprises of a detailed chapter on the basics of business analysis which later sets the ground in the reader's mind. You come across a lot of helpful stuff in this course. What is market analysis, how it can be implemented along with its accessory tools are discussed beautifully. Hope you found this course helpful.